I'm joined now by a familiar face, Scott North, here representing Yeti Ventures, but actually one of our own at mining.com.au. Scott, we love your contributions at mining.com.au, and we're very pleased to get him on camera for the first time. Let's start with a bit of an introduction to what brings you to FMF, Future Minerals Forum, and this new venture of yours, Yeti Ventures.
Fantastic. So I've been asked to come on behalf of the Future Minerals Forum to speak about technology, to speak about raising capital in exploration, and I'm lucky enough to actually be today on stage with the Vice Minister cleared. So yeah, a lot of opportunity for myself, and then heading into what Yeti Ventures is. So we actually launched it this week. It's a new type of business model. It's a new type of business model for today's day and age. So it's a fully integrated discovery company, and what that is it's matching hardware, so drilling technology, software, and into an exploration company. So ultimately what we're trying to achieve is changing the economics of discovery, and then that allows us to go and explore where others really can't. So that's kind of the high level pitch. And yeah, we're going into a capital raising moment and to really launch the company, and we'll see where it goes. Very excited.
So I know you've got a few speaking engagements today and as well the previous days. Tell us a bit about what sort of insights you're able to bring, what sort of information people are hoping to get out of you here, what expertise they're really seeking.
Yeah, so I think there is definitely a desire to understand what the exploration side of the business wants, and also what the struggles of that industry is. So what you see here is a lot of larger organisations, governments, endowment funds, larger mining companies. There's not a lot of actual exploration companies, but that's fair. They kind of shouldn't be at these types of events, but helping provide the insights of the struggles of raising capital in these types of markets, what investor expectations are. So I think sometimes there's a disconnect, so I'm trying to help fill that gap. And then also on the technology front, because we have been trying to understand what is missing in the technology space that can be adapted to mineral exploration. So I've been spending the last 6 or 8 months really going down the rabbit hole and those types of things. So yeah, I've been sharing those insights, and for example, the oil and gas industry is probably 20 years ahead of where we are in mineral exploration. And our industry, just what I'm finding as I speak to many people every single day, we hate to be first. Everyone loves to be second, but we hate to be first. And in oil and gas, they don't really have that mentality. So that's why they've been able to leapfrog and continually push forward, where we're kind of stuck in this rut at the moment. So we're trying to kind of change that mindset. And I'm sharing that with investors, governments, everyone across the board here.
So we are, of course, following you on LinkedIn, and anyone who isn't, I recommend following Scott North on LinkedIn. But can you share for our video audience, what are your impressions of the Future Minerals Forum and Saudi as a place to do business?
Yeah, so I'm in disbelief of this event. It's literally like in a castle. It's like the most manicured ground you could ever see. Saudi is a country, like it is, like the people are so welcoming. I guess high level, I've never been in a situation or a place or had a conversation where from policy, from investment, from just wanting to move the whole industry forward, not just exploration, not just mining, the processing, the supply chain, they want to do it all. And I was really thinking about this morning. It's some parallels to what I think China would have been like 20 years ago, setting up, say, Xinjiang and Ma'aden. State kind of backed companies. I could see something similar like that, but more, Western lines. So that's the interesting thing here. I like that opportunity for Ma'aden and the partners of Ma'aden too going forward.
Oh, I certainly think that's a fair parallel to draw there. But in terms of people's expectations versus reality,
Yeah.
What do you think are some disconnects there, some misapprehensions that need to be set straight?
Yeah, I think there is a definitely opportunity no matter who you are. If you are an exploration company all the way up to a major, everyone is so welcoming here, but you actually have to come here and have those conversations with people. I was at a dinner the other night of a major drilling company, and they were crying out for partnerships. They know that they can't do this themselves, and Australia or most of the Western countries, we really think in these 3 to 4 year cycles where places like Saudi and the Middle East and in the Kingdom really think long term. So yes, we might not be able to compete as Australia and stuff as the level that these countries are because of whatever reason politically, but our opportunity in Australia is to really partner with places like the Kingdom and build those relationships, and that's how we can continually, I think, build and evolve, because as I said, they want partnerships and they're very open to these partnerships. And if you have a conversation to a lot of service providers in Australia, I guarantee you a lot of them, if they haven't, are already trying to work with people in the Kingdom. So yeah, get up, come over here. There's plenty to be happening.
Well, that leads me into my final question. Looking forward now, how will what you've absorbed here affect how you're shaping Yeti Ventures moving forward, and what advice do you have for others? I know we'll be asking you to do some more contributions from mining.com.au, but
yeah.
While I have you here, off the top of your head.
Yeah, so I would say for us personally, it's opened up a lot of doors already, all the way from manufacturing to partnerships in drilling or partnerships in major mining companies. I think, if Australia or Western countries aren't going to support companies that are trying to innovate, there are partners out here that will. So it's good now that there's alternative sources of capital, sources of partnerships, because there are people out there that really want to help push this industry forward. So for us, it's good to know that there's more options, not just at home. And the advice, I think, going back to what I said before, don't be afraid to come over here next year. This is truly an amazing place. Yes, it's a long flight, but it's definitely worth it. And I hopefully will be back next year, because this place is just going to be ramping up so quickly. And I think it's only been 3 or 4 years since they've really kicked this off, and they've gone from 5 or so exploration companies up to 200. So imagine in 5 years. Absolutely.
Well, Scott, that's a great note to end it on. And thank you so much for your time. And I hope this is not the end of your video appearances on mining.com.au.
Thank you so much.
All the best on the very big stage later.
Thank you. Bye.